Hey guys, today we're replacing the oil pressure sending unit on a 2013 F150 5-liter V8. Alright, so let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we are going to loosen up our air box. Sorry, I already took all this apart. Believe this is an 8mm. That is an 8mm for both of these. You'll loosen that up and then you'll be able to pull it off. You'll disconnect this hose, this vacuum hose right here, and this vacuum hose as well. See, that's got that gray clip. You want to push that to the side and allow you to pull it straight off. You could, if you so desire, to just flip it around. You don't have to take it all the way off. It's completely out of the way right here. That's probably the smaller thing to do, but on this air box right here, can be clipped in. Right there is your mass airflow sensor. You'll need to take that off. On the clip right here, normally in the when it's clipped in, this red piece will be pushed in all the way in. You'll just want to pop it back and you'll be able to just pull it straight out. Alright, give you a little bit different angle here. Once you get that air hose or intake out of the way, you want to come over here to the side of the airbox and the coolant tank. You've got two of these bolts. They are 13mm. You want to pull both of those out, and that will allow you to pull this airbox and coolant tank out. I am actually going to move it over on top of the engine. You could, if you really wanted to, undo all the hoses and lose quite a bit of coolant. I didn't want to do that. I'd prefer to do this the lazy and the easy way. So I'm going to do that real quick. I've got these two just pulled back. I took these off just because you don't necessarily have to. That's how I did it. Move this real quick. So you got two little, I'll show you real quick. Two little pieces right there that you'll have to work side to side to pull all the way up. I've already taken this out, so it'll just pop right up. Put this over here so I won't lose them. Not be ideal. Just be careful. If you take these hoses off, you could lose a little bit of coolant all over your engine, and you don't necessarily want that. Take that out of the way. Okay. Try and keep a hose elevated if you are to take it off, so you don't lose a good bit of coolant. That is not ideal with this. There's not going to be a little pain in the butt. Alright, once you got that out of the way, I did unbolt this heat shield right here for the manifold. It's just three 8mm bolts. You got one right there, if you can see it. There's one like right behind here. It's kind of hard to get to. And there's one a little bit further down. Like you can see it right there. I did that just to be able to move this enough to the side. I don't have particularly small hands, which, you know, not great for this. I couldn't quite squeeze my hand all the way back there to undo the wiring harness, but what you're going for, you can see it right there, old one's still in there. You're pulling this clip off, and it just has this where you just push down the top and you can just pull it right out. Mine was actually taped up pretty good prior to me getting back there, being able to take that off. So if you have that, you might want to work around it a little bit. You'll probably have to switch hands, just kind of peeling the tape off, and eventually you'll have enough to be able to pull it around and you'll be able to get that clip undone. So I'm going to go ahead and clean out the harness itself. You can see, let's see if I can shove it in there. There's a little bit of oil still in there. You might be able to see it, you might not be able to. There you go. Apparently these are known for getting oil in the harness, which sucks. That's why mine was beeping at me every time I came to an idle. So clean this out with some oil, and then we are going to replace it with a nice Motorcraft oil pressure sensor. I know some people have used aftermarket and had bad luck with them. I've always heard that Fords are just super sensitive and they only want Motorcraft. So I got one. I don't remember how much it was. I think it was like 10 bucks, maybe 15 bucks at most. Not a whole lot. I will link this part in the description where I got it from if you're looking for the right one for a 5.0. Alright, I'll do that real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, so we're gonna get in there and spray it with a little bit of this QD electronic cleaner. Ooh, just grab it right there. Don't need too much, just a little bit. You can dry it off as well. Get a rag. Oh, it's hard to reach down in here after this thing. Oh. If you got a small friend that can help you, it's always nice. Wipe it off a little bit. And I actually decided let's be smart. And got a Q-tip just to kind of go around in there. Maybe this is dumb, but I like to think I can be smart now and again about things. Just try and get these little hard to reach areas that a rag won't get. Alright, it's supposed to be pretty quick drying, so it should be dry in the next 5 minutes or so. I'm gonna leave it unhooked for a little bit so it has plenty of time to dry before I hook the battery back up and crank this thing up. Alright, so now we're going to take the oil pressure sensor unit out, and I don't really have enough room to get the ratchet in there, so I have a 7/8 here, and I'm just going through and moving it as little as possible. Honestly, it's going to be frustrating, but this seems to be the easiest from what I can tell. If you've got a smaller ratchet, you might be able to get in there and get it out quicker. So I'll take that out real quick. Boom. Alright. That's your old one there. As you can see, it's got quite a bit of oil in it. Boom. Alright. That's your old one there. As you can see, it's got quite a bit of oil in it. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put the new one in. So you can see right there, you do leak a little bit of oil. Hopefully not too much. It leaks oil anyway, so, you know, what's the difference? It is a Ford. Oh, we love it. Alright, let's see. Hopefully what is in there. You can probably see it better than I can back here. I can't tilt my head all the way down in there without shoving my whole body in this freaking engine bay. Just gonna work it in as best I can by hand. I probably should just definitely ought to take the socket off and then put it in. Not ideal. Don't do that. Don't drop it down in there. Highly recommend doing this while your engine is cold. If you've just gone for a drive and decided to start doing this, you're either brave or an idiot. Hopefully not an idiot. I can be an idiot too, don't worry. Just like doing this. Oh. Boulder gets stuck up in there. Oh, that's probably getting worse. Oh my gosh, of course. Alright, we are going to attempt to put this new one in there. It might take a little bit of finagling and some patience. I've already dropped it once and had to go get a magnet. If you've got large hands, this is not easy. I think I'm just putting it into nothing. I'm being honest. I think that's it. That feels like it. That wasn't it. Nuts. Gosh, getting your knuckles in there is terrible. Alright, so it is another day. I actually had a little bit of trouble getting the new oil pressure sensor put back in. I couldn't completely fill the hole I had to screw it into and ended up dropping it a few times. Went and picked up one of these, 15 bucks at Advanced Auto Parts. Comes with a little light on it, nice and helpful. Was able to retrieve it a few times, and I actually ended up dropping it at one point on the other side of the alternator where I could not reach my hand nor could I see it. That was pretty aggravating. Spent about 2 hours, 3 hours just trying to find the dang thing. So that's why this is another day. Ended up having to unbolt the alternator and just move it to the side. We could finally see it and pull it out and put it in. So if you're going to do this, I would go ahead and unbolt it. pull it off the belt just to move it to the side a little bit. It will help you get your hand back in there a little bit easier, and maybe you won't drop it like I did, because that was quite frustrating. Thought I was gonna have to order another part and wait several days because it felt like it just disappeared. So I would go ahead and do that. Once you're done with that, you'll just kind of put everything back together. Bolted this back up already, move it to the side. You don't have to undo all these if you don't want to, these hoses. You can really just move this on top of the engine and it is out of the way. You might just want to watch any leaking coolant. Just be careful of that. I did lose a little bit, not too much, thankfully. Yeah, pretty simple. This repair, replacement, whatever you want to call it, could turn pretty nasty if you're not careful. Could just be a huge pain in your butt, and obviously you don't want that. But yeah, if this was helpful, drop a like on it, comment, let me know. If there's anything you'd like for me to go into deeper detail with, comment down below and I will do my best to look into it. Thanks for watching. Bye.